there, it is Jen Eden, founder of the Sugar Freedom Method. And what I want to talk to you about today around emotions is, for lack of a better way to say it, extra juicy for me. Given that I was considered an overly emotional kid, crybaby, too sensitive, right? Anything having to do with emotions, I was labeled as negative. So super, super excited to set women free who feel the same way and have the same nasty, uncalled for tags labeled to them. Okay. And I will always pause and just say, if you have not subscribed to my channel, if you would do that now, that would be amazing. And then we can stay in touch. Okay. So get this, emotions. Jen, I'm overly emotional. Now what? First of all, we're not overly emotional. We're just being ourselves. So that's number one. I need you to own that you're not overly emotional. You might be a high level empath. You may be really in touch with your emotions and things deeply upset you, which is what happens to me. So let's just say I need you to accept that emotions are just fine. It's what we teach in the Sugar Freedom Method. Have your emotions. When emotions come up, sugar, wine, chocolate, stop going down. Okay? So let your emotions up. That's number one. Number two, we live in a very, what's the right word? Non-emotional society. And so if you hung out with women like me and women in the method, you'd be like right at home with feeling things deeply. And we would never, ever label anyone overly emotional. We label women in touch, high levels of consciousness. So I would really like you to consider where this information comes from, that we're overly emotional, crybaby, we're too in touch. Bullshit. I grew up with that. I'm a high level empath and I own that as my superpower. So please, please, please own it. And when we own it and we stop trying to disown it and make it go away, it stops chasing us. You know, have you ever heard the expression, that which you keep running away from will keep chasing you? Well, I don't want you to run away from it. I want you to embrace that you're highly emotional and that it's your superpower. And that there ain't anything wrong with you, that you are talking to someone who just happens to own her superpower, has learned to control when to be emotional, yes, and when is not the appropriate space because people just won't get us, right? Which then makes us even more emotional when we don't feel heard. So there is also a time and a place for it. But for today and purposes of what I'm teaching, just own it. It's your superpower. You're amazing. And maybe you and I will teach the world a little something about being a heart-centered woman who cares deeply. So on that note, please take that to heart today. And thank you for being here. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would be eternally grateful. Then we can stay in touch. And thank you for being here.